Living the life around the world. It's time for Inner Mouse, your Disney lifestyle destination with JL, Nicole, Scott, and John. Oh boy!
Hey everyone, welcome again to another episode of Inner Mouse, the vidcast for people who are striving to lead a Disney-driven life. I'm JL from thedisneydrivenlife.com. With me here tonight are John, columnist for the Disney Food Blog, Scott from collectthemouse.com, and Nicole, neurotic Disney individual extraordinaire. We have a great episode planned for this evening. We're going to be talking about hidden treasures. All kinds of hidden treasures. Lots of stuff in store for the evening, but before we get into all that, we were going to take care of a little mousekeeping. First item on the list for mousekeeping is we finally have a date set for the very first Disney Driven Life and Inner Mouse meetup at Walt Disney World.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! So excited.
It's going to be Sunday, December 5th at 3 p.m. in the Jumbo House. We haven't quite decided exactly where we're going to be setting up for this lovely affair in Jumbo House, so that will be forthcoming. But in the meantime, we have a very fun thing to play for you that our good friend, Cosmic Reed, from the Cosmic Reed Starlight Cafe show, that he made for us, and we wanted to share it with you.
We're going to attempt to find this now on the iPad.
Get ready to party with Inner Mouse. You all know the place for Vidcast Online is Inner Mouse.
You all know that.
On Sunday, December 5th, let your Inner Mouse loose as the cast will be live at Animal Kingdom Lodge Jumbo House. Chat about Walt Disney World at Walt Disney World with the gang of Inner Mouse. This inaugural event takes place December 5th, 2010. Get to know your Inner Mouse.
That sounds awesome.
I so want to do Power Ranger moves to that, which is a Disney character but is no longer at the parks.
Yeah, it doesn't qualify anymore.
I think Chris is going to do that for us with a 3 p.m. put in there. I hope. Please, Chris.
Yes, absolutely. So come play with Inner Mouse on December 5th. We're going to be at Jumbo House, 3 p.m., and we're hoping to have some very special things for all of you if you'll make the attempt to come out and join us. Yes? Mm-hmm.
Hey, and I think all 4 cast members will be there.
Really?
The infamous
so.
Scott.
What date is this?
December 5th.
Oh,
December
no,
5th.
I have an appointment.
I think
I'm actually going to wash my hair that night.
That's right. I'm sorry. Scott, somebody just corrected us that 5 of us will be there.
5?
We're
That's
multiplying.
correct.
You know, there'll actually be more than that because I think we have other people that help with Inner Mouse that you guys may know around the net as well. That will be there. Probably like
The Poil Metas.
the Poil Metas.
The Poil
John
Metas.
Cheryl.
Come
John
on.
Cheryl.
Yes,
Love 'em.
absolutely. And I don't know, we'll have to start working Anthony to see if he can bring it.
To see who we can
We'd
get.
love it. We'd love it if everybody could come and join us. We're really hoping to, rock the house. I guess not too much, so we
Not
don't get
too
kicked
much. We
out.
don't have enough prizes
Rock
and gifts.
the Jumbo
we're
House.
getting them.
Yeah, we're working on it. We're going to try to do something really special. So we'll hope that if y'all are there that weekend, that you will join us at that time. We'd be thrilled to have you.
Thrilled.
Yes,
Thrilled. Okay, and number 2 on the list for mousekeeping is just a reminder that we do have emails now, so we would love to hear from you. Questions, concerns, criticisms, but be nice.
Constructive criticisms only.
Yes. Write to us at show@innermouse.com. We would love to hear from you, and depending on what it is, it may even get read on the air.
So be careful what you write.
Absolutely.
Maybe read on the air.
Yes. So, on with our topic for the evening, which is hidden things. We're going to cover a lot of things with this, some that you're probably expecting and some that you maybe aren't expecting, but we thought we'd first start off with hidden things in the parks.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk about that. Areas.
I have a lot of hidden areas that I don't want to tell anybody about, so I want to keep them hidden, and that's it. Thanks. No, I love, if you've ever been in the Grand Floridian and you go to the 2nd floor, there is a spot by the elevator, by the DVC, where you can open the door and sit outside and overlook the beach. And there's a table and chair. I would set up a picnic out there. There's nobody ever. I've never seen another human being out there, and it's like your own huge personal balcony. Has anybody been there? Seen this? It's really like a private. I always mess this word up. Is it respite or respite? Respite. It is definitely a peaceful respite. Okay, Magical Mouse. Leah knows what I'm talking about. It is really just, I'm telling you, I would make peanut butter and jelly and have a whole picnic. Also, a lot of people know about the Polynesian, and they go there to watch fireworks at night.
Totally stole mine.
But, no, you can still do that. I'm not going to go there.
Guys, pretend like you didn't hear it.
Do you know about the little mountain? There's like this little mountain of a grassy knoll that it's so dark that there's almost no lights there, and you can just sit there.
Did you just say Grassy Knoll?
A grassy knoll.
Oh, you mean the thing you walk out on and it has the circle at the
They have
end?
weddings up there.
Okay, yeah.
It really is another hidden place.
I like that.
And I'll be quiet now and come up with another hidden place in a minute after you're done.
Well, before we throw in any more of our ideas, I did want to open this up to the chat room. Please, if you have hidden things that we're talking about and you want to let us know about it, pop it up in chat. Scott is going to be watching and interjecting what he sees so that you can be a part of the conversation as well. What about you, Nicole? I know that really John just totally stole your thunder, but go ahead.
That's all I had. I'm just kidding. Well, one of my favorite hidden things in the park. Should I wait for the Mickeys or no?
No, we're doing areas right now. Do you have an area?
Let's see. Another hidden area.
Time's up. Next contestant.
Right, good. Go ahead.
Oh no, Scott, do you have a hidden area while Nicole tries to come up with one in her?
Yes, I do.
In her brain that was
actually,
thrown.
Tim Weston on the chat room also, he pointed this one out as well. I love to go into Pinocchio's village house, get my food, and then go up to the second floor. A lot of people don't realize there's a second floor. There are like 2, maybe 4 tables up there. Tim may be able to help me with that one. But you get to see the murals that are up there that you really don't see from the first floor. It's a totally different atmosphere. And if I'm correct, I could be wrong, but I think it's to look like the balcony that a puppeteer would stand from and run the puppets.
How cool.
So,
that is neat.
I have never seen that.
Oh, it's there. I've seen it, but I had not put that together about the puppeteer landing. Did you know, Scott, that there is a door where you can actually go outside and eat on a balcony at that level?
Yeah,
I
it's
especially
really
love
cool.
it at this time because it gives you a bit of a vantage point over those walls where they're building the Fantasyland expansion.
Yes.
And there are now currently 2 buildings that are so large, you can see them, coming up over the... Something is wrong again.
No, I just know that me and Nicole are going to bring a postcard that says Puppet Show 3 o'clock, and we're going to get some long marionettes and put on the show. I just see that happening. We'll gather the 20 people that are around. I'm sorry. But I could just see
Should I start singing, High on the Hill, but there's only...
You could sing at the bottom and we'll do the marionettes.
Love it.
She back to the lowly goatherd. Oh my gosh,
that's
yeah.
special.
But if you go up on that balcony right now, you can see the 2 buildings coming up. What I'm guessing is that one is actually the Ariel's dark ride that's supposedly coming, and the other one.
Yeah, I think the big cement one is probably Ariel's.
Yes, it looks like a big building to hold a dark ride, and then there's another one that's just beams at this point, and that looks like it could be Belle's castle in the future.
Oh.
Now, I'm thinking that's got to be a lot of forced perspective, by the way, right? It can't be a big castle. It's got to be a tiny... I don't think the restaurant's really in the castle. I think the restaurant's going to be in the mountain. I know this is getting away from the topic, but I think in the mountain under the castle. Just my thought.
Totally could be. I have no clue. All right. Did you think of an area yet, Nicole?
JL?
I did, and then I forgot it. Just kicked me off tonight.
All right. What is
Well, I
it,
got one
Scott?
in the chat room. Mark Man 2 on the chat room. He said he likes to go to the Animation Academy.
Yes. Have you all done that?
No.
Oh my gosh, we are doing that.
Where you get to learn how to draw?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that.
I went and I learned how to draw Stitch. And it was darn good.
Was it?
I could be an animator. Totally.
You know, drawing it and making him move are different things. I want to see you animate him.
Drawing.
Well, you have to draw him in order to animate him.
Like some drawings.
Draw him. Okay, wait. This is something that really is a hidden place, really, because it's not. I mean, it's not that it's not in the guidebook. And I discovered this from Lou on Jello's podcast. The writer's stop at the Hollywood Studios.
I was just there this weekend.
Love it.
What a gem of a spot.
If you can get a chair in there and have a cup of coffee and something.
Beautiful corner there in the front.
Right?
Love it.
I was just saying to Charles, I think it was this past week after I went there, that if I can ever, lose my little ND case for a little while, I will go to Disney World and I will sit and practice being still in the writer's stop. Because it is just so cozy and cute, and
I love it.
It's like, who put a Barnes and Noble in Disney? The little tiny one. It's adorable.
It is. It totally is like that.
Over.
I didn't see
carrot cake.
I did not see
deadly,
carrot cake
but
cookies.
Yes,
when I was there. No, I didn't. I looked.
I should have asked. They're there.
Okay, I'll have to
They're
ask
there.
next time.
I did think of a place.
Tell me.
Okay, so this is actually the complete opposite of hidden because you see it all the time. It's just probably something that you never do. Okay, the Edie's on Main Street. You always pass and smell it. Well, one time I got one of their sundaes and I was waiting to meet up with some friends, and there's actually like little tables on Main Street, like right outside, that when I walk on Main Street, I usually just kind of like, oh, castle, and like forget about everything else. But I really do love the Main Street area. So to sit at that table, I sat by myself and just enjoyed and people watched. And it was kind of like a hidden gem for me because I never just enjoy that area. So if you ever get a chance, enjoy a Sunday on Main Street.
There is another area on Main Street that is precious, and it is that little side street where there's nothing. I mean, you just go back there, and it's more buildings, and there's a veranda, and
usually a painter or something.
A wedding dress in one window, and I don't know if you've ever been there long enough, but if you actually sit there,
listen to the windows.
You can listen to the window. There is one window that advertises singing lesson or voice lessons, dance lessons, piano lessons, and if you sit there long enough, noise coming from the window will go through a rotation of, you will hear a dance rehearsal. Yep. The people tap dancing and a dance instructor screaming at them.
We're going to do it on Friday.
And then voice lessons, somebody going, oh.
That's so cool.
And then piano lessons. So it's a long rotation. I mean, it actually sounds like these things are happening. And it just does so much for the atmosphere.
What do you mean actually sounds like they're happening? You mean there's not a teacher there with a class?
Okay, I'm not going to ruin the magic for you.
Of
course there's a teacher there.
Mrs. Holloway is always mad at that lady.
Okay, so anyway, one of my favorites, sort of hidden spots in the Magic Kingdom is that pathway that goes from the side of Space Mountain behind the race cars and comes out in Toontown. Do you know what path I'm talking about?
Yes. Where they have the trick-or-treat thing?
They have the Alice and Mad Hatter's treat party there during the not-so-scary Halloween party. But if you go there during any day, hardly anyone really knows it's there. And it's so quiet.
Nice.
And you can just kind of stroll. Well, you've got the vroom vroom of the cars going by, but it's just really kind of peaceful. And then every once in a while, the train will go by, whoo, whoo, and then the people wave to you, and you just feel so serene.
That is cool.
I love it.
Okay, again, it's not hidden, but a lot of people who don't go to the Magic Kingdom as often as we try to go miss the Plaza restaurant.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I have been there so many times, and until a couple months ago, I would always see it and be like, oh, that's a restaurant. But
wait, when we went, wasn't that your first time?
Yeah. Was that your first time, too?
No, it was my second. But I love that place.
Okay, here's the thing about the Plaza. You can get a delicious grilled chicken sandwich with nice sides for about the same price as Pecos Bill, especially if you use the Tables in Wonderland. And you're sitting in a beautiful air-conditioned environment. It's great. It really is.
Nice view out there on the little meadow area in front of the castle, and people
my opinion,
by.
Best burgers on property. Or, at least in the... No, maybe on property. I can't think of a better burger.
Big Red Dog, so that chicken is so there. Yep, that chicken
is so there. All right, so what about... We're kind of transitioning into foods. What are some,
let's give one more.
Oh, yes?
Let me give one more. Off the chat room. Shelly was saying that she likes to hang out outside the bakery and watch the ducks on the lake or the water there.
Oh, how pleasant.
That
Again,
sounds cool.
serenity in the midst of hustle and bustle. How much fun.
You know, can I just share that there is some obsession that kids have with ducks? My nephews, kids that I've watched at school, like when I teach, the kids love ducks. And there's a really cool place to see a duck family in front of dinosaur at Animal Kingdom. If your kids like ducks, I've seen them a few times there. There's always like a mommy and 3 little babies, and it's like, yeah, that big pond with the dino in it. Random, but it's hidden.
Very cute. Well, we were getting into the restaurant, so what about foods? What are some not so obvious foods that are really gems around the park? Can you think? Like little snacks or meals or...
Again, it's not hidden to us, but Dole Whips. I'm sorry, Scott, go ahead. What do you got?
No, just going to say outside across from Pirates of the Caribbean, it's not open that often, but I can't even say the name of it. And John, maybe you can help me out with this.
Y el Perico.
El Pirato.
El Pirata y el Perico.
Never been, can never find it open.
I've eaten there.
Yeah, because it's never open. But I every time I go, I try to hit it because I like Mexican food and they have like burritos and things. And so last time I was there, I finally got to eat there. So it's kind of a hidden gem, I think.
I had their vegetarian tacos and they were very good.
And I've not been there because it's barely open, as is the Tomorrowland Terrace with the noodle station.
I have not eaten at the noodle
Never
station.
open, so it could be a hidden gem, but we wouldn't know.
Yeah. You were going to say...
I was going to say Dole Whips, and they caught it in the chat room. It's not hidden, but that to me is hidden, as though if I wasn't here living here with you guys and learning, on my vacations I never knew that there was a Dole Whip.
Yeah.
I didn't know until recently either.
Totally a gem. All right, something that I have not tried, but am told that I need to, is the cream cheese filled pretzel that you can get at the lunching pad. Because I've heard it's to die for, and that's the only place that you can get it in the Magic Kingdom.
I've had it.
Doesn't sound good
I don't
to
like
me.
it.
Oh, man.
Just saying. But a lot of people love it. It's just a pretzel
Sorry,
with
D
cream
for
cheese.
Disney.
Oh, Tim Weston's loving it.
Oh, see? Well, I thought that maybe I should try it. But the other thing that I really like are the frozen Cokes that you get at the lunching pad, too. What? You thought I was going to steal your thunder again?
Everyone's going first, and they're going to steal all my stuff.
Go.
Okay, the frozen Cokes, love them. I love the frozen, from the Dole, it's sponsored by Dole, it's at the Enchanted something, right there by the teacups, and they have frozen...
By the Enchanted Grove?
Enchanted Grove. By the teacups has the strawberry raspberry lemonade, frozen lemonades and stuff.
Ooh.
My treat that I'm so excited to share is the Rice Krispie balls that they sell. They have, just the regular ones, and you'll get like a bag, and they'll be like, John's making fun of me. They'll have like, however many in a bag, and I like it because it comes with a little ribbon on it. It's from the confectionery on Main Street, and then they'll have, like, I got some during the month of October that had festive Halloween sprinkles on them. And then they have sometimes ones with, like, rainbow sprinkles and just different kinds.
She eats them like she's going to the chair. No. I like that this is festive Halloween sprinkles. They're not just sprinkles, they're festive.
They are festive.
They are.
It's Disney. Everything's festive.
Don't hate on the sprinkles.
I've got a special one.
Yes.
From Epcot. There's this awesome place in Epcot. You're going through.
Please don't say crabs.
And oh darn. No, I was going to say that. I could have, but I won't. You're going through. It's on the right. It's right across from the fountains. And here's the coolest part about it. It's free. You go in, and this is what you do. You go in and you look for a little sign that says Beverly. Go ahead and fill up a cup.
Yeah, okay.
Awesome.
I think I've been to that
Just
club. Is that club cool, perhaps?
Yeah, it's like the El Pirata thing. I don't know.
Wait, considering how much you like Moxie, it's very possible that he likes Beverly.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I'm saying.
That actually is a tradition
Anybody else out there with?
of my family. When we go to Epcot, we make a beeline for Club Cool, and the first thing we do is we go and we sample one of those sodas.
You should have seen Scott last time I was at Epcot. Here, just try the strawberry, Scott. It's fine. No, just try it, Scott. I mean, John is fine. Try the strawberry. John. He really liked it.
They do have some good flavors there.
I tried one time and I thought it was so disgusting.
I like the Mezzo Mix. It's the closest one to Coca-Cola. Nolan says he likes the watermelon soda. That's from China, and it is
Japan or China?
good.
It is the best.
I think that's what John was
my
trying to get me to
favorite.
try.
China, yeah. I don't remember where the Mezzo Mix is from.
That's not the vitamin? No, that's
No,
Vita.
Vegeta Beta is Japan.
Vegeta Beta.
Vegeta Beta.
Vita
Peanut butter
Benjamin.
Benjamin. I love
Tastes
Lucy.
just like candy.
I don't know what to do with these two. So it's from Japan.
Lemon soda from Israel, I'm reading. I forgot about that one.
I've had that one too. It's good. Beverly, it starts out okay, but the aftertaste is like, oh.
Yeah.
But do you know that my son Miller, he downs it like it's the best thing he's ever had.
Poor kid's happy to just get soda.
That's really what it is. Poor thing. He loves Beverly.
Cracks me
He and Shane have a date. They're gonna go drink Beverly. Or was it? I don't know. Anyway, it was somebody.
Shane likes Beverly? No.
Maybe it was Nate. There was somebody online that was saying that they loved Beverly. Okay, so.
He said, say what?
All right, so activities. Do you guys have any, like, hidden activities that you do either in the resorts or in the parks?
Wow, if somebody just tuned in now, they're leaving.
Why?
Okay.
I just got
Why,
the
John?
moment.
Why?
Go. Keep going.
Okay,
Oh,
John
boy.
totally threw us off our groove. Go ahead. Do you have one, Nicole, by any chance?
Wait, what was the question?
Yeah, tell us what your hidden activities at the resort are.
Hidden
Come on.
activities. All right, I have one, actually. And it's not where you're going, John.
Oh, I have one too. Go ahead.
Okay, at the Animal Kingdom, you know how you've got your little kids and there's lots of fun things for them to do, but in Epcot they've got the Kid Cot stops. There's an equivalent in the Animal Kingdom. Did you know that?
No.
It's called the Discovery Club, and they give each kid these little passports, and there's 6 stops throughout Animal Kingdom. They are in Discovery Island, Camp Minnie Mickey, Rafiki's Planet Watch, Dino Land, Africa, and Asia. And there's a stand or a little
Kiosk.
hut or something where the kids can go in each of these places and they learn something educational that has to do with the land that they're in. So like when you go to Dino Land, you're putting together fossils to form a dinosaur.
This is really cool, and I've never heard of this.
If you go to Rafiki's Planet Watch, you do like a scavenger hunt through a faux backyard and cross off the things that you see that are on your scavenger hunt list.
Cute.
And every time you complete the activity that's in that hut, they give you a stamp on your passport. And the idea is obviously to get all the stamps from all the lands, and if you do that, then you get a very, very special stamp for completing it.
Is this like Kim Possible at all?
No.
Okay.
No.
Is that another hidden thing? Because I know people love this Kim Possible.
I love Kim Possible, and actually go ahead and talk about that, because that is kind of a
You
hidden
told
thing.
me about it. We have to go do it.
You haven't done it yet?
I've never done Kim
Oh
Possible.
my goodness. Have you done it yet, Nicole?
I've done the UK.
And then remind me about
You've
the
done
ladybugs.
UK.
That's another hidden thing that we don't know about. Remind me about that.
Okay. So Kim Possible is this awesome... Why don't you go with that, Nicole? Tell us about Kim Possible missions.
Well, the Kim Possible missions are, you get this cool little pager that talks to you. You've probably heard it around the park if you go to Epcot
The
often.
communicator.
Doo, 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 doo. And it tells you, you go to when I first did it, I thought that it was throughout every single country. And we had, spent a significant amount of time in the UK, and they'll say, okay, go to this store and look for this, and it's like a little cell phone. It has a video on it, shows you a picture. It's really cool. So we went to the first thing, and then it said, okay, now do this and go here, all around the UK. And this is like, it's a hot summer day. 30 minutes later, I'm like, how long is this thing? Because I thought we were going through every country, and I was like, how many countries are there? I was like getting a little overwhelmed thinking about this. I was like, we can't even finish this in one day. So then I was with Jen and her family, and she said, no, it's just one country at a time. I was like, goodness.
Okay, I have to
So
do
people
it.
do multiple
You're gonna love
countries.
it. It is
and-
so
and
much fun.
The chat room's mentioning, Big Red Dog says you're going to do something with him, but it is amazing. The piggy bank adventure.
Absolutely.
Could I talk about this, please?
Please, please take it.
I go through Interventions, and it doesn't do much for me. It really doesn't. I pass by things, and I can't wait to get to the next major attraction. I came upon this piggy bank adventure, and I'm looking at this screen, and they said, open the drawer. I open the drawer, and out comes this physical big piggy bank, and you're like, okay, this is kind of cool. And then you walk around and you got to shove him over here and play a game, and he moves on his own. It became so much fun.
Yes,
I've
the
never heard of
the
that.
pig moves on its own.
Saturday, we're doing it.
Okay,
Remind
let's
me.
do it. Piggy bank adventure.
Yes,
This is
absolutely.
new.
It's
to me.
awesome, and you can
Ellie-
lose.
You can lose, and Ellie loves that pig. She carries the pig around from, station to station and just snuggles the pig and loves the pig, and she gets really sad when she has to give the pig back at the end because it's a cute pig, and it's a special pig because he moves by himself.
Does it say wee wee wee?
No, it's not that kind of a special pig.
Jim, I'm taking you to the piggy bank adventure. Whoever hasn't been there, I want to go to. We should do a piggy bank thing.
Scott,
do
do you
it.
have any
Nice.
hidden activities that you can think of that you enjoy?
Yeah, I've got one that, I'm going to coincide with Mark Mantu. He was mentioning night vision goggles at Animal Kingdom Lodge. You can go out, you have to sign up for it, but it's a really neat thing to do. And it's limited, so you want to ask about it if you're going to be staying there or having dinner there or whatever. One of the things, Mark, that I like to do at Animal Kingdom Lodge is after being in the parks all day, is come back, and then I go make a beeline for the indoor fire pit. And I usually sit right there, put my feet up, and I have fallen asleep there more than once. So if you see a guy that looks like me sleeping there, a blanket would be nice. Just saying. We also had a good one, too, and I'm not sure what this is, but Sandy on the chat room said Wine Walk. It's Wine Walk at Epcot. Do you guys know what that is?
Is that
No.
just during Food and Wine Festival?
I'm not sure. Maybe someone in the chat room could help me out with this.
I would think
but
that
it was
that would
Sandy
be-
had said it.
I think I know that I've heard of it, but I think that it's a Food and Wine Festival attraction type
Okay.
thing. While we are waiting to hear more about that, I have a really fun story about the night vision goggles. This last May, my family stayed at Kidani Village, and during the evening, we decided we'll go over to Jumbo House and use the night vision goggles because we heard that was a fantastic thing. So you get in this line in this particular location, and one family at a time will go up to the cast member who has the night vision goggles and supervises your use of them. So we get up there, and the cast member is like, oh, you're probably not going to see anything. We can't detect that there's really any animals out there tonight, because the animals can come and go as they please. And she said it doesn't seem like there are any animals out there. Nobody's been able to see any. So, but you're but you're free to use the goggles and, look anyways. It's just neat to look through night vision goggles even if you don't see anything at all. So we let Ellie go first, and she puts, the goggles up to her eyes, and she's looking around, and she goes, oh, I see it. And we're all like, oh my gosh, she sees something. There is something out there. And she starts saying, I see it. It's an ostrich, and it's running around, and it's, having a good time. And we're like, oh my goodness. And the cast member's like, that's amazing. Nobody's seen anything out there all night. And so then Ellie was like, yes, and I see something else. There's an elephant out there, and it's flapping its ears. And
She's making this up.
well, we didn't catch on to it for a little while, but the story gets wilder and wilder. Oh my goodness, I see something else. There's a crocodile out there, and he's about to eat the elephant. And the elephant's going to step on him. And so then we're all like, oh, okay. The cast member says, wow, that is a really creative imagination you have. And I said, yes, Ellie, do you see the flying purple people eater up in the tree? She's like, yes, I do. So it was just hilarious.
And the kid next to her's like, Mom, I want goggles now.
I know. It was so funny. So we just had the best time listening to her. She's looking through these goggles, and she is just, dead serious. And she is just coming up with this fantastic story in her brain about all the things she's seeing with these night vision goggles, looking out in this meadow where nothing is at all.
Can you imagine the next kid that gets the goggles? Oh,
Where's the crocodile and the elephants? Oh, man.
I tell you that when you can't get to Disney, the best thing is to here's your goggles.
Oh, man, it was just hilarious. So, yes,
That
that
is
is
so
a hidden
neat.
gem. Even
That's
when there
funny.
are no animals in the field,
Oh.
just have your kids make up their own story
Your
about what they see
imagination.
with the night goggles. But, yeah. So, did anybody else have anything to
They
add
hear
to
it,
that?
the
I
communicator,
have an
they're saying.
activity
Yes.
I like to do at resorts.
Keith is doing the communicator, and the people hear it.
Well, I like to use the running trails at the resorts, and I've used a few already, kind of being a dead horse here. But I've also heard about the dinner or dessert cruises that you can do.
Yes.
And I've not been on one, but I've heard that they can be romantic. Some of them are. And then I also saw one that was like a group of people going on a pirate one that left the Contemporary, and they all were like pirated out.
That's what those people were dressed up for?
Yes.
Why are we not doing that?
I've been on that.
It looks really
I've been
cool.
on that. I know that we've been talking about the fireworks from the Polynesian beach being the best place to watch. Not true. You get out on one of those boats. That is the best place to watch.
Really?
Yes. It is breathtaking. You're out on the water. You have a perfect view of it. And you're just the right distance, and nothing's in your way, and they pipe in the music on the boat. And especially with the Pirates and the Pirates firework cruise, they give you a little pirate bandana. They make everyone wear it. I think that's so they know who belongs on the boat and who doesn't. And they have this nice little reception with Captain Hook and Mr. Smee and these other really crazy, fun-loving pirate characters. And they lead you in piratey songs and make you dance on the boat.
Okay.
And they
I
have
wanna do
trivia.
that.
They
We're
throw
doing it.
presents at you and you get
Let's
the
find out
trivia
how much
right.
this is.
It's called
It's-
the Pirates and Pals Fireworks Voyage.
It is amazing. So yeah,
Says
we
Disney
definitely...
Do we remember about how much this was?
Yeah.
That I don't. I mean, I did it originally in 2004, and I believe it was reasonable then. I think it was about $35 per person.
Wow, I would totally do it.
But it's
Does
probably
anyone
gone
in the
up in
chat
price.
know?
It's probably gone up in price since then.
Cool. Movies on the beach.
While they are looking, let's talk about hidden Mickeys, the obvious hidden treasure in the park. Do you all have a favorite hidden Mickey? Yes, Nicole?
Oh, I have a lot of favorites. Okay, well,
We'll go with them.
I love the one on the Great Movie Ride in the Snaky Room.
I don't know of
wait,
that one.
It might not be the Snaky Room. It's the room where there's hieroglyphics on the wall, and there's like a big
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
The
in that.
snaky room.
In the snaky room. And there's all the hieroglyphics, and then you pass this one wall, and I think it's, I'm not sure if it's a Minnie or a Mickey, but it's like hieroglyphically drawn there.
Oh, I'm going to have to look. I didn't know about that
It's a fun one. You're going to love it. I can show you.
one. So what else do you have for us? Any other ones?
Well, I really like this one too, also on the Great Movie Ride. In the Hollywood Hills, when you first get on the ride, there's a hidden Minnie, and it's a profile one, and it's like kind of like a little shadow.
I just saw that one this weekend. Somebody pointed it out to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so fun.
Was it Todd and Cheryl? Because they showed me.
Yeah, I think it was. Those Poil Meadows.
Spoil Meadows know the hidden
And we
Mickeys.
can't talk about hidden Mickeys without mentioning one of our fans, and that is, what's his first name, Barrett?
Steve
Barrett.
We have
And
to
his
mention him, but you can't remember his name.
Steve Barrett. Thank you for all the
Yeah,
good
you need
times
to do that.
because of your book.
You know what it is? Because we have a Keith Barrett, so it throws me off with Steve Barrett.
Steve
Steve
Barrett
Barrett and his
and
wife, I believe, Vicky.
Vicky,
I
she's a
remember
doll.
Wonderful people.
Absolutely.
And they deserve their book to be bought, and it is great. And they also have a wonderful iPhone app for the hidden Mickeys.
Yes, do you have
Very
that?
I have it. It's great.
Oh,
awesome.
okay. So when we meet up, maybe this weekend.
We can. You know what's good about
I
it too is you
definitely
get points as you get the hidden Mickeys, and if you ask for a hint, they'll give you a hint, but then you don't get the point for it. So it's kind
That's
of like
smart.
yeah, and it knows where you are. So you can't say you found a hidden Mickey in Magic Kingdom while you're at Epcot. 'cause
Oh,
it
it's
knows where you-
tricky.
It's tricky.
That
It's a
is
smart
really
app.
cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Wow.
Well,
But there's something else that I wanted to mention. Scott, I don't know if you know about this, or I know people with kids do. Something about ladybugs at the Polynesian and also in the land where they use ladybugs as a natural pest deterrent, and you can release them. Wilderness Lodge.
Oh, cool.
Also,
okay.
you can.
Well, there's a tour you go on at Epcot, isn't it?
I think in Epcot it's a tour, but I think in the hotels it's like a daily thing. I don't think it even costs money. It's a weekly thing. Keep this
Okay.
time. And that you can send the. You release the ladybugs, and it's an adorable thing. It's the only type of bug I will let walk all over me.
Yeah, but they don't smell good.
They do smell?
They smell terrible. I had a ladybug infestation in my college dorm room, and it reeked to high heaven. Really bad smell.
I did not know that.
They're cute and they tickle, but they stink.
Anything
Does
that
that,
smells
does that
is
count
fine.
as JLism?
What? What is a
Those
JL
ladies stink.
thing? They're cute, they tickle, but they stink.
Sounds like my cats.
Well, my favorite Hidden Mickey was actually one that your friend, John, Bill, showed to me when we met up with Bill in the parks. The one that helped Steve Barrett.
Right, we know which Hidden Mickey.
Well, in Spaceship Earth, when you pass the Renaissance room, on the left-hand side, the guy that's painting, or mixing paints.
Oh, yes.
There's
the
the
candles.
desk. There's the desk there, and he's got like paint cans on the desk. But if you look at the top level of the desk, there is an imprint of a Mickey head where it looks like paint cans have, kind of spilled over, and it made a
rim.
circle. Yeah, the rim
Okay.
impression makes a Mickey head. That's my favorite
I
one.
do remember that one.
And I get to thank Bill for showing it to me. Thank you, Bill.
My favorite one is in the Haunted Mansion at the last in the mausoleum. He's
Love it.
holding up the Mickey.
The
The
Grim
ghost?
Reaper?
Yeah.
Or whatever he is? Yes.
I like
And
that
it's actually like, it's an absent Hidden Mickey. Like, it's there because
It's
of
a
what's
silhouette.
not there.
Right.
It's there because
Sort
of
of
what's
like our
not there.
logo that I love that Scott made in black and green.
Good job, Scott.
You
Scott-
did have to go there, didn't you?
Do you... Scott, do you have a Hidden Mickey that you like best?
Yeah, I have two actually. At the Animal Kingdom Lodge, if you go out back where the viewing area is, up in about halfway out to where the viewing area is, there's these big stones there. There was a very slight impression near the top on one of the stones of a hidden Mickey. It's really hard to spot, but it's really cool. So I like that
haven't
one.
seen that one.
And if you turn around then and you head back toward the lodge, they've got this awesome, intricate, it looks like vines running up the side of the building, but it's in metal. And in that metal, there's a hidden Mickey. And I know exactly where it is, but it's on the left-hand side halfway up.
Is
But
it in
it's
Jumbo
pretty
House?
cool.
It's in Jumbo House?
No, yes, Jumbo House, correct.
Okay.
Well, we know December 5th you'll show it to us, but I wonder if it's in the book, if it's in the Hidden Mickey book. I'm sure it is. I don't think they miss a trick.
I'm sure Steve found it years ago.
Well, we thought that maybe we would, in addition to the hidden Mickeys that are in the park, that we would also cover the hidden Mickeys that are out of the park, in that you just, or not hidden Mickeys, but hidden gems that you can find in a Disney-driven life throughout your day, all the time. And Nicole, I believe you had one that you wanted to talk about. Hidden things.
JL just pointed to her notebook and it said, "Bush chick." I will never escape this.
No, you said you saw one, though.
Well, I ran a non-Disney race this weekend, which is rare. But, it's broad daylight, and usually the other bush chicks I saw at the Disney races were within the first quarter mile.
There are some new people that don't know what a bush chick is. Is there a way to nicely say it?
Well, I'm going to explain it in a minute, and I think they'll get it. So, broad daylight, and I'm running in South Florida. There's, we're, along the beach. There's these beautiful condominiums, and a woman is running, as we all are. It's a running race. And she creeps behind the bushes and ducks down, apparently, to
Do her business.
use the restroom that's not there. So, yeah, this is the third half marathon I've run, and every time I see...
So not a hidden gem, but a hidden thing that you can run into when you're leading the Disney-driven life, because they're at the Disney marathons.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be at any race you run. So if
Apparently.
you're running at Disney, watch out.
Watch out for the bush
seeing
chicks.
one every time. There could be multiple of the... I'm baffled by this.
Well, speaking about hidden personalities in the Disney-driven life, there is another one, and that is the neurotic Disney granddad. Can I just tell you that on the roster, we are nearing 900 people, and there are 77 still waiting to be counted. And out of all of those people, there are only 4 neurotic Disney granddads. Where are they hiding?
I'm going to say there's a lot more out there. They're just not maybe internet savvy, or they don't want to stand up and be counted.
Maybe that's it. They are hiding. They're
Okay,
hiding
so
what
what do we do if we get some? Maybe
They
we'll induct
probably
some.
count themselves as other things, like neurotic Disney husband, or Neurotic Disney Dad. Maybe they count themselves in those categories instead of Granddad.
It's quite possible. But
You're
people,
right.
please, neurotic Disney people, please hear me. If you know of any neurotic Disney granddads, please encourage them to come and be counted. The 4 lonely granddads on the roster, I'm just so heartbroken for them. They just feel like such a minority. Seriously, did your granddad love Disney by chance?
No.
No. Did you? Did you have a
My
granddad?
granddad, no, I didn't know him.
I have a granddad that looks like Walt Disney, but I don't know that he loves Walt Disney.
Well, just think about this. A lot of the dads that you have will probably become granddads one day.
Yes, but do I have to wait 3 decades to count them as that?
Possibly. Jackie, you better start counting quick because you're going to have a lot of changes coming.
Please, if you have a neurotic Disney granddad that you are in touch with, encourage them to stand up and be counted so that they will no longer be a hidden thing in the Disney-driven life. It's sad.
It sounds like an intervention.
We do. We need to intervene.
Pull through, Grandpas. We know
Yes.
you're out there.
Scott's praying.
No, what about hidden Mickeys outside of the parks in real life? On the Disney-driven life, we actually collect photos of hidden Mickeys that you find in every day. And Jackie, if you could help me out, maybe you can pop up a few links in the chat room of these awesome pictures that we have. We have our primary photographer, Disney Pin 626, who's taken the grand majority of our hidden Mickeys in real life, pictures that are up in the Disney-driven life. My favorite one is, we call it Mickey Moss. And she actually found on a rock this moss growing in the shape of a Mickey head. It's no lie. If Jackie can find the Mickey Moss and put the link in the chat room, it is worth looking at. Have you ever come across any of these things? Bushes in somebody's yard?
No, my vacuum, I showed you that picture once.
Yes.
I sent it to Steve Barrett, and he's going to put it on his website, where I was just vacuuming, and it's got this long cord for the Dyson. I keep vacuuming, I turned around, and I was like, ah! And it was this, wow, that was bad, I'm sorry. It was this big Mickey Mouse. It really, the cord just went a loop, and then a big loop, and then it was perfect. And I had to take a picture. Nobody believed me.
It
How
was a
long
good
did it
picture.
take you to construct it? That I'm just kidding.
You are
Okay.
so mean.
Wait,
Just so
I'm gonna
terrible.
have Katie send me another hug and give you the horns.
Have you ever seen a hidden Mickey in real life?
If you didn't think I was crazy already, I see one like every day.
Really?
In everything I do, I'm like, oh my gosh! Like I just always see, because I think once, like, okay, if you have a red car, you just got a brand new red car, then you're like, you see red cars everywhere, and I don't know, I'm kind of crazy, and I'm
So
always
where do
thinking
you see
about
them?
it. So, well, if I'm taking a bath, there'll be like a Mickey in the bubbles. There'll be just, anywhere.
I've seen Mickey bubbles in my smoothies.
Okay. Oh yeah.
I'm
Well,
tweeting
anything
out
bubbles.
the vacuum plug now that just says plug, so somebody asked me to do it,
Okay.
so they can.
And have you seen the Staples vehicle, that big semi-truck that goes around, and it has a Mickey on the back made of, like, rubber band balls or something. They're rubber band ball, rubber band ball, rubber band ball, and it is a Mickey head on the Staples truck. They'll probably get sued.
Somebody marketing Staples apparently really likes
Mickey's,
the
I
mouse.
guess, yeah. So, and then we have a picture up on the site of Mickey heads found in a rose bush where the roses made a Mickey head.
Very nice.
Berries in a berry bush. One of my favorites is a granola bar. And after taking a bite out of the granola bar, Debbie had found the chocolate chips in her granola bar made a Mickey head. So cute.
That's awesome.
So all of you out there, Scott, have you ever seen hidden Mickey in real life, in everyday life?
No, I'm just kidding. Sure. SpaghettiOs, you can find like 5,000 of them in a bowl of SpaghettiOs. So everybody run out right now, get a bowl of SpaghettiOs, and go to town because it's just Mickey heaven. I'm telling you. And this is a true story. True story.
That is true. SpaghettiOs do that.
Cheerios.
Cheerios, SpaghettiOs.
Lifesavers.
Cheerios. Okay.
Stuart said that you could see them in the grassy knoll.
Oh, we do have dandelion hidden Mickeys up on the Disney Driven Life, where the dandelion made a Mickey head in the grassy knoll for Stuart. True story.
Okay, now there's a Johnism, the grassy knoll.
The grassy knoll. We have our first Johnism. Is that true?
The Johnism.
The
Love
Johnism.
it.
Yeah. Well, NDPs out there, if you ever see a hidden Mickey in your Disney-driven life, so that would mean outside of the parks, please send it to us at ddlposts@thedisneydrivenlife.com. We will post it up on the site. Please leave us your first name, your last initial, your NDP number, and your Twitter handle so we can give you photo credit for that. And we would be so happy to share with everyone the hidden Mickeys that you find in your everyday living. Kind of fun. All right, so what about, here's a hidden thing, a big one, and it's another thing that we hit on in the Disney-driven life. The confessional. The things that go in the confessional are hidden because we hide them from people. Sometimes we're closeted about the things that we do in our life as Disney fans because we're a little bit afraid or timid to share them. I thought we might kind of get into that a little bit. You guys ready?
No.
Be
Confessionals?
brave. Be tough. It's important. It'll feel good to get it off your
Okay.
chest. Well, in order to help get us warmed up, I thought I would share one of my favorite ones. Now, we have pages and pages upon pages of confessions in the confessional. You definitely should go and read them because some of them will just make you laugh so hard you will cry.
I think we should do confessionals for each other. Like, I can do a confessional for Nicole. Oh my God, did you see the worry? The worry in this room, the sweat in this room was just horrible.
Fear.
Oh, I thought that was a confession. I was like, what?
No, the confession is,
Nicole was
hi,
like, what?
my
You're
name is
confessing
Nicole
that you confessed
Ciceretti,
for me?
and I go to Viennapoli for things other than the food. And they know that in the chat room already.
It sounds like you might have a confession. We'll get to that here in a minute.
Let
I
me
thought
brew
to
something up.
Sometimes I
So-
eat lunch 6 times.
To
for
warm
the
up,
Viennapoli.
I thought that I would share one of my favorites from the conventional,
Oh, good.
and that was our NDM from Kazakhstan wrote to us, and she shared that not only is this a hidden thing because it's a confession, but what she's confessing about is a hidden bank account. She says, I just now opened a new bank account completely concealed from dear husband. My brother-in-law is in the banking business and is doing this on the sly for me. I definitely won't be telling dear husband as he doesn't even know about my next trip. I figure we live overseas. There are no, and I mean no, luxuries to spend any money on at all. No Starbucks, no fast food, no new clothes, nothing. So I figure stashing away $60 a month until September is perfectly fine, and it will cover a very nice trip with a girlfriend who has agreed to go with me. That's very
Wow.
hidden. That's pretty serious. You have a concealed bank account from your spouse to pay for a
That's-
Disney trip.
What's her name?
That's me.
No.
It's gonna
That's
be, it'll,
what, Scott?
it'll be the first divorce on Inner Mouse.
Oh, no. We can't let that happen. It'll be fine because by the time she tells him she wants to go on this trip, she'll already have it paid for. See? So there won't be an argument. It's not like she's hitting him up for the money. It'll already be there. It'll be all good. But so very hidden. That one was kind of serious. What about you guys? You have
Wow.
hidden things?
It's not hidden. You know about my mug I told you about.
Scott's raising his hands.
Oh, Scott, tell us.
Well, I got two that kind of go hand in hand. I've been known many times to go to a business meeting and under my dress shirt have a Mickey shirt on because I just need a little bit of the magic to take along with me.
Hidden
And,
clothing.
Hidden clothing. And also on my my iPhone, I always have background shots. I don't know if anyone else does this, but I like to take obscure shots in Disney and then put them as the backgrounds on my phone so that if a client, my phone rings or something, a client sees it, they don't know what it is, but I know what it is. So, and I go, oh, because I've got one on my phone right now that is from The People Mover. And it's just a scene as I'm coming down through, and it doesn't look like anything to anyone else except for Disney people. would know it.
Awesome.
So you don't have a big old picture of the castle.
No, that's too, I don't know, typical.
That's
I like
really
stuff
funny. Because I just
abnormal.
pressed John's iPhone button right here to see what his background was, and it was a big old picture of the castle, and so is mine.
But what's funny, Scott's talking about the shirt. I have to show you these underwear. Okay, your face was really good.
I think like my jaw just about dropped to the
Wait,
floor
can
right
I make
there.
a John confession?
Oh,
Uh-oh.
please do.
Good, do it. Good.
It's getting a little
He might-
dicey here
he
on
might
the
hate
mouse.
me.
Good.
Hi, my name's John Sakari, and I enjoy to listen to Disney parade music and conduct the parade while I'm driving. The worst part is I requested, though. I asked for him to do it.
Yeah,
I
I
love
do.
it.
You conduct parades
I love
from
it.
your driver's seat?
I don't know about conduct, like, remember Shane conducted, what is it,
Illumination.
Illuminations. No, I listen to the parade music and I make believe I'm in the parade sometimes.
So you're like the Grand Marshal?
Yeah, I'm the leader of the parade.
That is so adorable. I just have to pinch your cheek.
And I'm like, John, can we do the parade?
Because you want to be in the parade.
We're losing lots of friends tonight.
John's the Grand
I
Marshal.
thought I was a weirdo, but these people are really nuts. Honey, get the kids sign off the computer. They're crazy.
So John leads the parade, and you ask him to do it because you want to be in the parade.
Basically.
That's pretty cute.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
my goodness. Oh my goodness. There's something else that
Oh,
you...
see, look, I am Pumpkin Queen. I make believe I'm the soldier in the Christmas parade. Okay, I am right there with her.
Yes, we're weird together.
Dun, 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 dun.
I feel exposed.
Well, I kind of shared with you on Twitter the other day that sometimes I pretend like I'm in the American Idol experience. And I go through songs and I decide, what songs I'm going to sing if I ever get up enough nerve to do the American Idol experience. Currently, it is Fly by Hilary Duff. That's what I'm going with.
You need to do it.
I totally practice it. I get the spoon out of the kitchen. The kids are at school, and I get all like in rock and roll mode. I'm rocking it in my living room.
Please take
JL.
a video and YouTube this.
Oh,
it would
gosh.
be amazing.
Utter humiliation.
JL,
Yes.
you're so doing it in December. You are so going to do it in December.
We are so getting kicked out of Jumbo House if I do it in December because it's loud. When I rock it, I
No.
rock it. I mean,
No,
it
you're
is
doing-
loud.
The show.
What do you...
You're doing American Idol experience.
Start getting ready.
Nothing will lose.
My dignity. I have my dignity to lose. I'll think about it. But in the meantime, I'm just going to pretend my living room with my baster. So, yeah. And then, how many of you all do this where you will watch the Disney movies even though you don't have kids with you, or really, the main reasons why you would normally subject yourself to a Disney film? You watch the movies or, like, play the music, you'll sing bonjour, bonjour, bonjour.
We
bonjour.
we just did that on the way out of the
Did
Magic
you
Kingdom.
really? That is
There
hilarious.
goes the baker with his tray like always. Yeah.
The same old bread and roast to sell.
Every morning, just the same.
Oh, I love that song. You can get
Good
so
morning,
carried away with
Oh,
that.
love it.
Yes, and you were telling us that you have a special bedtime routine.
Well, I don't do it as much anymore, but over the summer, there came a point when I ran a race, and my cousin and I watched Wishes, and I actually, watched it for the first time. I'd kind of, seen it before, but I don't know. I never listened to it and paid attention, and I got really inspired when I actually heard the story. So then I had to have it every night. So I started watching it before I went to bed. Or I'd be, curling my hair, getting ready for school, and I'd be, on the computer, Wishes! I had to put it on. So then I got obsessed with Illuminations for a while, and I'd watch that before bed, and now I get a nice fix. So
What
I'm
about
good.
Spectromagic? It's not going on right now, but
Love it. Love the audio from Spectro.
oh, I love it. On
It really.
there was live, I believe it was on Sorcerer Radio. They would do live stuff. They'd send people into the parks with cameras, and everyone would gather around and watch Spectromagic together in the chat room. And it was so, I loved it. I'd have, Ellie on one leg and Margot on the other, and Miller's peeking over my shoulder, and we're all there. Well, Miller's trying to be cool, so he was all kind of like, yeah, I'm sort of paying attention, kind of not. I am, but I want to pretend like I'm not type thing. But Ellie, with the Spectromagic music, every single time, she'd be like, Mommy, it's the parade! And you watch it on the video, and it was almost like being there because, I mean, if you've experienced it, it takes you right back to that place.
You know, the best thing about it is, usually when you watch the fireworks, you've been there for hours, you're tired, you're sitting on a hard ground, or you're standing and you don't want to be standing. The best part about watching them at home is, I'm snuggled up in bed, have the perfect view, nobody's head's in front of me, no kid is crying, I have whatever snack I want, and I get to watch them.
And you don't have people bumping into you.
Roll over and go to bed.
and it's not hot and sweaty, and you don't have to smell other people's bad body odor. It really is a very pleasant experience.
It's really nice. I enjoy it.
All right, John, you were touching on something earlier about items that we might hide or store in our house that aren't necessarily out in the open, but that
you remember in one show I said that a teapot made me feel cozy, and you all thought that was funny afterwards, but it does.
John and his cozy teapot.
I have this mug from Christmas, and it's a big blue mug with Mickey with a Santa hat on, and it just stays on I can't take it off the counter even when it's not Christmas time. And just looking at it, the same way a smell transports you back somewhere, just seeing the mug makes me happy for that moment. I really love it. And that's a hidden thing in my house that I really enjoy, and it's not moving. If somebody takes it, I'm getting them.
Look out.
You've seen
now,
that mug.
Scott, Mr. Disney Collectible, what about you? Do you have any items that are not necessarily out for, the public to view, but that you kind of keep hidden that make you feel a little bit Disney?
Oh, yeah. Well, and you guys already know, I mean, it's been kind of, you figured it out at this point. My Disney movie collection is quite extensive. And if a lot of you know me, I don't have any children. So it's not something I keep out on a shelf or something. Because when my friends come over, I can see, okay, Scott, you've got 4 shelves worth of Disney movies. Yeah, okay. So no, those are all in a nice storage area away from public eyes. But my nieces and nephews love to come over and go, "Can I look through your movies?" And then we sit and pick out a movie and watch it. So that's cool.
Aww. You're probably the coolest uncle ever.
Well, except for the beatings.
That little tiny bit right there. So he's trying to high-five you.
Somebody in the chat room was mentioning a Disney Singles Club should be started. Weren't we talking about that ourselves?
We are, because here's the other thing that's hidden in the Disney-driven life, and those are the Disney singles. When you're a Disney single and you're trying to find someone else who shares that common ground with you, it's not so easy to do. It's not so easy to find them. When I started the Disney-driven life, I have had numerous people that have approached me and asked me to start like a dating service, eHarmony, for Disney singles because, when Disney is that important to you, you don't want to marry someone that's from the blind because it just causes friction.
Love it when she says that.
Well, I was married to someone who was of the blind, and it took me a great many years, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to try to bring him over to the dark side. I finally did. So I'm very happily married now. But it was rough for a while, You're trying to convince them of why you need to go to Disney again, and they just don't get it, and it's tricky. So that's a hidden thing, right?
That's a hidden thing.
Trying to find the love of your life that is a Disney fan. Now, one very fun thing is that someone had started up the site, and I went to check on it today, and I didn't see it. I think it's temporarily down. But DisDates.com, it's like eHarmony for Disney singles.
Wow.
Why are they saying so sorry about DisDates? What happened?
Well, it's down. I don't know why it's down. But
apparently Chris is responsible for it.
No, he's not responsible for it. What happens is DisDates is one of his sponsors on the Cosmic Read Starlight Cafe show. So that's why people are asking him all about it. But it's a fantastic concept.
That is a good concept.
Yeah. And And Chris
But
can
there's
vouch.
levels of craziness.
But, yes, well, then you could find your particular level.
I have to say,
1 to 10.
the fireworks are going off in 15 minutes, but you really need to get home because your children, need to go to sleep. Do you A, stay and watch the fireworks? B, go home for the children, or do something? And then depending upon how you.
You have to find someone within the neurotic Disney community that shares your same Disney value system.
Exactly.
Oh, we're hitting a new low tonight.
It's kind of rare though, and it's hard for those Disney singles. Well, you would know. You are one, right? We gotta find Coley.
Oh no! Stop right there.
We gotta find someone for Coley Cole here.
Oh.
In the spirit of that, we had something really fun for you all this evening, right, Scott?
Well, yes, we do. Yeah. We're calling this the Inner Mouse in Love. This is where all of you, our chat room viewers, and our listeners on iTunes, get to decide who should be matched up with the host. Now, not just who, but what Disney character should be matched up with the host. So, doing my best, show host impression, we're going to start with our contestants. Our first contestant got his start with Disney at a young age. He's been a Disney obsessed ever since, but don't let that scare you. He's a pussycat with a big heart. Likes long walks on the boardwalk and pina coladas in his favorite Disney restaurant. He's John.
Woohoo! Now you can play your music.
It's not really queued up the right way.
Oh.
All right.
Woo!
Who am I going out with?
We don't know yet. You have to answer your
We don't
questions
know yet.
so you
Okay.
can find you
We're gonna
a suitable
decide
match.
Our next contestant is a 30-something neurotic Disney person with a love for all things Disney. She started the craze called JL-isms, which include beauties like That Chicken Was So There, and my personal favorite, Everybody and His Grandmother's Dog. Yes, everybody, it's JL.
Woo! Ow!
And last but certainly not least on our list, she's a college student with big dreams and the talent to make them come true. A dancer, a singer, an actress with the power of a wicked queen and the sweetness of Snow White. She's Nicole. Now, for all of you out there, all you need to do is contact me at scott@innermouse.com and send me your suggestions of what Disney character should be matched with these wonderful hosts. I look forward to hearing from you. Back to you. Take it, JL.
Well, did you know that they named you? You have a game host name now. You're called Scott Beardley.
Scott Beardley. That's great.
Love it.
News at 11.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of all that we had for this evening, actually.
Good, because we got 2 minutes left.
Do we? 2 minutes? We better get down to our shout-outs for the week, then.
Give a
Bring
shout
it.
out too.
Yeah.
On. Yo.
Thank you, Scott. That was great.
Hey, you're welcome.
Shouting out in the NDP community this week, we're calling out to NDD number 21, Ron S. in Florida.
Hey, Ron.
Hi, Ron. NDD number 22, Ray H. in Oklahoma. Hi,
Hi,
Ray. NDI number 23, Kristen C. in Ohio. Hi,
Hi,
Kristen. NDI number 24, Brenda V. in California.
Hi,
Brenda. NDK number 23, Katie S.K. in Maryland. Hi,
Hi,
Katie. NDK number 24, Derek C. in Illinois.
Hi,
Derek. NDM number 39, Marcia E. in Virginia.
Hi, Marcia.
That kind of sounds Brady Bunches. Hi, Marsha. Marsha.
Katie says they're going to call me this week. She was right.
NDM number 40, Connie H. in North Carolina.
Hi, Connie.
NDM number 41, Mary C. in Iowa. Hi, Mary. NDM number 42, Kathy M. in Ontario, Canada. Hi, Kathy. NDM number 43, Dawn S. in Louisiana.
Hi,
Dawn. NDM number 44, Kristen C. in Connecticut. Hi, Kristen. NDH number 19, Todd P. in Florida.
Hi, Todd.
NDH number 20, Todd B. in New Jersey.
Hi, Todd.
NDT number 23, Hannah N. in Arizona.
Hi, Hannah.
NDT number 24, Spencer P. in Maryland.
Hi, Spencer.
NDW number 21, Steph M. in Massachusetts.
Hi, Steph.
NDW number 22, Betty B. in Maine.
Hi, Betty.
NDM number 45, Kim F. in Nevada.
Hey,
Hi,
Kim.
NDM number 46, Leslie Ann D. in Georgia.
Hi, Leslie.
Ann. We are so proud that you decided to stand up and be counted. If you too would like a position on the NDP roster, please write to us at becounted@thedisneydrivenlife.com. We need your first name, your last initial, your Twitter handle, your home state, and be sure to tell us if you want to be a mom, dad, husband, wife, auntie, uncle, grandmom, granddad, teen, kid, or individual. We hope to hear from you soon.
Thank you so much, guys.
Live the life.
Love you guys.
Off tonight.
All right, what is
Well, I
it,
got one
Scott?
chat room. Mark Man 2 on the chat room. He said he likes to go to the Animation Academy.
Yes. Have you all done that?
No.
Oh my gosh, we are
Where
doing that.
you get to learn how to draw?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that.
I went and I learned how to draw Stitch. And it was darn good.
Was it?
I could be an animator. Totally.
No, but drawing it and making him move are different things. I want to see you animate him.
Drawing.
Well, you have to draw him in order to animate him.
Like some drawings.
Draw him. Okay, wait. This is something that really is a hidden place, really, because it's
Okay.
not. I mean, it's not that it's not in the guidebook, and I discovered this from Lou on
Okay.
Jello's podcast. The writer's stop at the Hollywood Studios.
I was just there this weekend.
Love it.
What a gem of a spot.
If you can get a chair in there and have a cup of coffee and something,
Beautiful corner there in the front.
Right?
Love it.
I was just saying to Charles, I think it was this past week after I went there, that if I can ever, lose my little ND case for a little while, I will go to Disney World and I will sit and practice being still in the writer's stop. Because it is just so cozy and cute, and
I love it.
it's like who put a Barnes
yes.
and Noble in Disney? The
Books
little
to
tiny
look
one.
at.
It's adorable.
It
yeah.
is.
Carrot
It
cake
totally
cookie
is like
to
that.
drool over.
I didn't
Oh, the
see
carrot
it.
cake
I
is
did not see
deadly,
carrot
but
cake
delicious.
cookies
Yes, you
when I
did.
was there. No, I didn't. I looked.
I should have asked. They're there.
Okay, I'll have to
They're
ask
there.
next
I
time.
did think of a place.
Tell me.
Okay, so this is actually the complete opposite of hidden because you see it all the time. It's just probably something that you never do. Okay, the Edie's on Main Street. You always pass and smell it. Well, one time I got one of their sundaes, and I was waiting to meet up with some friends, and there's actually like little tables on Main Street, like right outside, that when I walk on Main Street, I usually just kind of like, oh, castle, and like forget about everything else. But I really do love the Main Street area. So to sit at that table, I sat by myself and just enjoyed and people watched. And it was kind of like a hidden gem for me because I never just enjoy that area. So if you ever get a chance, enjoy a Sunday on Main Street.
There is another area on Main Street that is precious, and it is that little side street where there's
Yep.
nothing. I mean, you just go back there, and it's more buildings, and there's a veranda.
I love, if you've ever been in the Grand Floridian and you go to the second floor, there is a spot by the elevator, by the DVC, where you can open the door and sit outside and overlook the beach. And there's a table and chair. I would set up a picnic out there. There's nobody ever, I've never seen another human being out there. And it's like your own huge personal balcony. Has anybody been there, seen this? It's
I have not.
really like a private, I always mess this word up. Is it respite or respite?
Respite.
Respite.
It is definitely a peaceful respite. Okay, Magical Mouse. Leah knows what I'm talking about. It is really just, I'm telling you, I would make peanut butter and jelly and have a whole picnic. Also, a lot of people know about the Polynesian, and they go there to watch fireworks at night.
Totally stole mine.
But
Oh,
no, you can still do that. I'm not going to go there.
Guys, pretend like you didn't hear it.
Do you know about the little mountain? There's like this little mountain of a grassy knoll that it's so dark that there's almost no lights there, and you can
did
just
you
sit
just say
there.
grassy knoll?
A grassy knoll.
Oh, you mean the thing you walk out on and it has the circle
They
at
have
the
weddings
end?
up there.
Oh,
Okay,
it's
yeah,
beautiful.
It really is another hidden
I like
place.
that.
And I'll be quiet now and come up with another hidden place in a minute after you're done.
Well, before we throw in any more of our ideas, I did want to open this up to the chat room. Please, if you have hidden things that we're talking about and you want to let us know about it, pop it up in chat. Scott is going to be watching and interjecting what he sees so that you can be a part of the conversation as well. What about you, Nicole? I know
was
that
really
John just
excited.
totally stole your thunder, but go ahead.
That's all I
sorry.
had. I'm just kidding. Well, one of my favorite hidden things in the park. Should I wait for the Mickeys or no?
No, we're doing
That's
areas
one
right
of my
now. Do you have an
areas.
area?
Let's see. Another hidden area. Oh.
Time's up. Next
All
contestant.
right, good. Go ahead.
Oh no, Scott, do you have a hidden area while Nicole tries to come up with one in her?
Yes, I do.
In her
And
brain, that was
actually,
thrown.
Tim Weston on the chat room also, he pointed this one out as well. I love to go into Pinocchio's village house, get my food, and then go up to the second floor. A lot of people don't realize there's a second floor. There are like 2, maybe 4 tables up there. Tim may be able to help me with that one. But you get to see the murals that are up there that you really don't see from the first floor. It's a totally different atmosphere. And if I'm correct, I could be wrong, but I think it's to look like the balcony that a puppeteer would stand from and run the puppets.
How cool.
So-
That is neat.
I have never seen that.
Oh, it's there. I've
is it?
seen it, but I had not put that together about the puppeteer landing. Did you know, Scott, that there is a door where you can actually go outside and eat on a balcony at that level?
Yeah,
I
yeah, it's
especially
really
love
cool.
it at this time because it gives you a bit of a vantage point over those walls where they're building the Fantasyland expansion.
Yes.
And there are now currently 2 buildings that are so large, you can see them, coming up over the... Something is wrong again.
No, I just know that me and Nicole are going to bring a postcard that says Puppet Show 3 o'clock, and we're going to get some long marionettes and put on the show. I just see that happening. We'll gather, the 20 people that are around. I'm sorry. But I could just see
Should
doing
I
that.
start singing High on the Hill with the Lonely?
You could sing at the bottom and we'll do the marionettes.
Love it.
She drove back to the lowly got her. Oh my gosh,
that's
yeah.
special.
But if you go up on that balcony right now, you can see the 2 buildings coming up. What I'm guessing is that one is actually the Ariel's dark ride that's supposedly coming, and the other one,
Yeah, I think
That's-
the big cement one is probably Ariel's.
yes, it looks like a big building to hold a dark ride, and then there's another one that's just beams at this point, and that looks like it could be Belle's castle in the future.
Oh.
Now, I'm thinking that's got to be a lot of forced perspective, by the way. Right? It can't be a big castle. It's got to be a tiny... I don't think the restaurant's really in the castle. I think the restaurant's going to be in the mountain. I know this is getting away from the topic, but I think in the mountain behind, under the castle. Just my thought.
Totally could be. I have no clue. All right. Did you think of an area yet, Nicole?
JL?
I did, and then I forgot it. Just kicked me off. Is a Disney character, but is no longer at the parks.
Yeah, it doesn't qualify anymore.
I think Chris is going to do that for us with a 3 p.m. put in there. I hope. Please, Chris.
Yes, absolutely. So come play with Inner Mouse on December 5th. We're going to be at Jumbo House, 3 p.m., and we're hoping to have some very special things for all of you if you'll make the attempt to come out and join us. Yes? Mm-hmm.
Hey, and I
So excited.
think all 4 cast members will be there.
Really?
The
I think
infamous
so.
Scott.
What date is this?
December 5th.
Oh,
December
no,
5th.
I have an appointment.
I think.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
actually going to wash my hair that night.
That's right. I'm sorry. Scott, somebody just corrected us that 5 of us will be there.
5.
We're
That's
multiplying.
correct.
You know, there'll actually be more than that because I think we have other people that help with Inner Mouse that you guys may know around the net as well that will be there. Probably like
The Poil Metas.
the Poil Mutters.
The Poil
John and
Mutters.
Cheryl.
So
John
much.
and Cheryl.
Yes,
Love 'em.
absolutely. And I don't know, we'll have to start working Anthony to see if he can bring it.
To see who we can
We'd
get.
love it. We'd love it if everybody could come and join us. We're really hoping to, rock the house. I guess not too much, so we don't
Not
get
too
kicked
much. We
out.
don't have enough prizes
Rock
and gifts.
the jumbo
we're
house.
getting them.
Yeah, we're working on it. We're going to try to do something really special. So we'll hope that if y'all are there that weekend, that you will join us at that time. We'd be thrilled to have you.
Thrilled.
Yes.
Thrilled. Okay, and number 2 on the list for mousekeeping is just a reminder that we do have emails now, so we would love to hear from you. Questions, concerns, criticisms, but be nice.
Constructive criticisms only.
Yes. Write to us at show@innermouse.com. We would love to hear from you, and depending on what it is, it may even get read on the air.
So be careful what you write.
Absolutely.
Maybe read on the air.
Yes. So, on with our topic for the evening, which is hidden things. We're going to cover a lot of things with this, some that you're probably expecting and some that you maybe aren't expecting, but we thought we'd first start off with hidden things in the parks.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk about that. Areas.
I have a lot of hidden areas that I don't want to tell anybody about, so I want to keep them hidden, and that's it. Thanks. No, I have... Living the life around the world. It's time for Inner Mouse, your Disney lifestyle destination with JL, Nicole, Scott, and John. Oh boy!
Hey everyone, welcome again to another episode of Inner Mouse, the vidcast for people who are striving to lead a Disney-driven life. I'm JL from thedisneydrivenlife.com. With me here tonight are John, columnist for Disney Food Blog, Scott from collectthemouse.com, and Nicole, neurotic Disney individual extraordinaire. We have a great episode planned for this evening. We're going to be talking about hidden treasures. All kinds of hidden treasures. Lots of stuff in store for the evening, but before we get into all that, we were going to take care of a little mousekeeping. First item on the list for mousekeeping is we finally have a date set for the very first Disney Driven Life and Inner Mouse meetup at Walt Disney World.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! So excited.
It's going to be Sunday, December 5th at 3 p.m. in the Jumbo House. We haven't quite decided exactly where we're going to be setting up for this lovely affair in Jumbo House. So that will be forthcoming. But in the meantime, we have a very fun thing to play for you that our good friend, Cosmic Reed, from the Cosmic Reed Starlight Cafe show, that he made for us, and we wanted to share it with you.
We're going to attempt to find this now on the iPad.
Get ready to party with Inner Mouse. You all know the place for Vidcast Online is Inner Mouse.
You all know that.
On Sunday, December 5th, let your Inner Mouse loose as the cast will be live at Animal Kingdom Lodge Jumbo House. Chat about Walt Disney World at Walt Disney World with the gang of Inner Mouse. This inaugural event takes place December 5th, 2010. Get to know your Inner Mouse.
That sounds awesome.
I so want to do Power
Awesome.
Ranger moves to that. Which